Of all the people that you've worked with, have you had anyone that hasn't responded to treatment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. The treatment depends very much on the person.
Yeah.
There are many people. There are some of them that will never be willing to make the right effort to get rid of the problem.
Why do you think that is?
Because they are exhausted. Most people who do not respond to the treatment are not really disciplined. They just think that this is like taking pills. Okay, I take a pill, okay, I'm going to listen to Joaquin, and that's all I have to do. No, that's not what you have to do. What you have to do is to put into practice what I'm saying. I know that it is not easy, and sometimes it's very difficult to start moving. Because, as I told you, from an emotional standpoint, they are exhausted. And the most difficult part of the recovery is to rescue the person. Not to rescue the immune system, to rescue the person, you know. Many of them have had visited psychologists, psychiatrists, neurologists, doctors. Some of them have come to me after being completely destroyed. And you know that it is very difficult to reprogram the mind of a person who has been in the hands of so many people before. So they always think, okay, this is another step of my pilgrimage, you know, and they say, oh. And it is very difficult to dismantle all that programming. So it's just difficult, very difficult. Some of them cannot even loosen their lips in 4 or 5 months because they are still trying to control tension. It's very difficult to convince them not to control tension. And I always say to them, you cannot control the inevitable. This has already happened in your emotional center. This is just the response. This is the consequence. You cannot act on the consequence. You cannot do anything when something has already happened. For example, you cannot throw a stone and then run behind the stone because you don't like where the stone is going to fall. It's absurd. Mm-hmm. The only thing you can do from now on is to aim another way, another time. You know, you aim again. If you fail, you just aim again. That's the only thing you have to do. But they are so worried about not hitting the target that they cannot think of aiming.
Yeah, I think it's controversial to say that, you know, those that don't respond to treatment, maybe they just don't want to get better because they're comfortable in that.
Yes. So sure, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I have said that many times. I have said to him, you don't want to respond to the maybe you are not willing to make the right effort. You inside of you don't want to do it because you are exhausted. A person came here from a country from Europe, and he was completely complaining. He was totally complaining, always complaining. And I said, okay, guy, are you going to stop complaining or you want to keep complaining? Because if you want to keep complaining, it seems to me that you have come here just to justify your ego. If you want to justify your ego, this is not the right place. If you're looking for consolation, this is not the right place. I don't know why you came to Madrid. I mean, I am not Santa Teresa. I am not a saint. I mean, you are not here. You're here to look for a solution to your problem. But it's impossible to help you if you keep complaining and complaining and complaining. He even took the mouthpiece and threw it against the table. And I said, okay, it's obvious that you don't want to get cured, so please leave. You know? I mean, if you don't have this clear, if you don't know that you don't want to cure yourself, what can I do? I cannot do anything. Some of them are comfortable. They feel comfortable. It's easy. Okay, if I don't face the problem, oh, it's okay, and I'm not going to feel badly. Mm-hmm. But they are feeling very badly inside themselves. And they will never be able to recover, absolutely. Never. So some of them don't want to recover because it needs a lot of effort. And when we are dealing with emotions, the work is very difficult. Emotions and perceptions. Emotions have distorted perceptions. So, we have to make an emotional work and in parallel a technical work, because they have to learn to recognize again the right perception. Many of them cannot do it. Some of them, even when they take the instrument, they are shaking. The body is shaking. And sometimes I have to do, okay, take out the tumper from you because you're going to hurt your embouchure. They are feeling jerks.
All right.
Yes. It's just incredible. But after a time, they learn to relax themselves, and all those jerks disappear by themselves. Those jerks, those contractions belong to Mr. Hyde. When you are not nourishing Mr. Hyde, then Dr. Jekyll is again appearing. So that world disappears, and this world appears again. This is the game of life. You know that.
Mm.
We are different persons sometimes. We know that this is not the right behavior, but we feel it is irresistible. We, even knowing that we don't have to do it, we do it. Why? Because we go by emotions and no by thoughts. So when we forget about the person, we are lost.